Gemini conversion with Gemini Write, a 1,000 words YouTube video script channel name is Vibe Vision. On 1974 Torino 429 Super Cobra Jet Drag Pack. Exterior review, performance review, short interior review. Don't suggest any scenes. Don't add any heading sheet everyone, and welcome back to Vibe Vision. Today, we're not just looking at a classic muscle car. We're diving into a factory-built legend. A rare piece of blue oval history designed with one singular purpose, to dominate the drag strip. Get ready, because we're talking about the incredible 1974 Torino 429 Super Cobra Jet Drag Pack. This is a car that screams the golden age of muscle, an often overlooked heavyweight that was Ford's secret weapon against the Hemi and the Chevelle. Let's start with the exterior, because on the 1970 Torino, Ford went all in with a dramatic, aerodynamic redesign. Gone were the more squared-off lines of its predecessors. In its place was the iconic, flowing Coke bottle profile. This car looks fast even standing still, with a long, aggressive hood and that sleek sports roof fastback shape. That was as functional for cutting through the air as it was stunning to look at. Our example, which often comes in vivid, high-impact colors like Calypso Coral, is pure visual dynamite. The paint practically glows, letting everyone know this is no ordinary grocery getter. The details are what truly set this car apart as a muscle icon. Up front, you've got that aggressive, full-width recessed grille that looks ready to devour the pavement, but your eyes immediately snap to the hood. This beast came standard as a Torino Cobra, and a key visual element is the blacked-out hood treatment and, most importantly, the functional ram air shaker scoop, if optioned. It's called a shaker because it's mounted directly to the engine and protrudes right through the hood, shaking with the V8's vibrations a constant, visceral reminder of the power lurking beneath. The hood pins are another dead giveaway that this car means business. A touch of racing hardware straight from the factory, moving down the flanks. The body is smooth, muscular, and perfectly showcases the aerodynamic philosophy of the era. The Cobra badging off in a cartoon snake on wheels doing a burnout is fantastic, injecting a bit of 70s swagger. The stance is completed by the wheels. Typically the classic chrome Magnum 500s with their bold red center caps, wrapped in meaty performance tires that try their best to keep all that torque in check. Around the back, the fastback roofline tapers beautifully into a subtle rear spoiler lip. The dual exhaust tips, whether stock or a throatier aftermarket setup, are mandatory on any 429 equipped Torino and serve as a sonic signature of American V8 might. Every panel, every line, and every piece of trim on this car speaks to a blend of brutal power and stylish aggression. It's a design that somehow manages to look sophisticated and absolutely terrifying at the same time. Now, let's talk about what makes the 429 Super Cobra Jet Drag Pack a true unicorn. And that means a deep dive into performance. When you ordered the Cobra, the 429 Cobra Jet was an option, rated by Ford at a respectable 370 horsepower. However, to turn it into the Super Cobra Jet SCJ, you had to take the barely advertised, often overlooked $155 drag pack option box. This was the performance bargain of the century because it completely transformed the engine. The drag pack replaced the hydraulic lifters with solid lifters, added 4-bolt main bearing caps for extreme durability, installed Ford's aluminum pistons, and included a specially tuned 780 CFM Holley carburetor instead of the regular Cobra Jet's Quadrajet. The most critical component for endurance racing was the engine oil cooler, ensuring the big block could handle sustained high RPM abuse. Though Ford officially only rated the SCJ at a slightly higher 375 horsepower, it was a hilariously conservative number. Enthusiasts and historians agree the real-world output was closer to 450 horsepower or more, putting it squarely in the league of the era's most ferocious muscle cars. The transmission in a drag pack car was either the stout, close-ratio top-loader 4-speed manual with a floor-mounted Hurst shifter or a heavy-duty C6 automatic. But the powertrain package was anchored by the rear end, a Ford 9-inch rear axle, with a specialized encased nodular iron third member, coupled with either a traction-locked limited-slip differential and 3.91 gears, or a full Detroit locker differential with a brutal 4.30 ratio for maximum straight-line traction. This combination was pure, unapologetic drag strip engineering. What did all that factory-spec competition hardware translate to? Raw speed. Period road tests with the 3.91 geared SCJ Drag Pack clocked 0 to 60 miles per hour times in the 5.52 5.8-second range and quarter-mile elapsed. Times around 13.6 to 14.0 seconds at over 100 mph on street tires. These were absolutely fantastic numbers for a car this size and weight, and with slicks. Owners were immediately running in the low 13s, even high 12s, right off the showroom floor. The driving experience is all about torque and endless surge of raw, brutal grunt that pins you back into the seat. The sound is an incredible, thunderous roar from that big block V8, a mechanical soundtrack that defines American horsepower. This car wasn't built to be subtle. It was built to win. Stepping inside the 1970 Torino Super Cobra Jet Drag Pack, you realize this interior is all about function over luxury. It's a cockpit built for performance. The Drag Pack was often ordered as a stripper car to save weight, meaning you typically find a bench seat a real sign of a sleeper muscle car. Though high-back black Torino knit vinyl bucket seats were also common, holding you firmly in place during aggressive driving. The cabin is generally all black, creating a focused, no-nonsense environment. The dash layout is simple and straightforward, a collection of clean, easy-to-read gauges displaying essential information like speed, fuel, and temperature. You might see a blank fourth pod on the dash, no Superfull as tachometer, unless it was optioned. The main feature for the driver of a 4-speed car is the floor-mounted Hurst shifter, a mechanical, solid piece of equipment that provides crisp, satisfying engagement of the close-ratio gears. There are very few creature comforts here. You might have an AM radio, but for most owners, the real entertainment comes from the mechanical symphony of that big block engine under the hood. It's not luxurious, but it is authentically muscle car. It's sparse, purposeful, and everything a racer needed and nothing they didn't. This is where you sat down, grabbed the wheel, and prepared to unleash one of Ford's most potent, factory-built drag racers. The scarcity of this package, with only about 1,475 Drag Pack SCJ Torinos ever built, only adds to its legendary status, making this a collectible that truly delivers on its promise of raw, untamed performance. It is the ultimate expression of the muscle car era's engineering and spirit. The video below. 1970 Torino Cobra 429 Super Cobra Jet Drag Pack provides a great look at one of these rare muscle cars. 1970 Torino Cobra 429 Super Cobra Jet Drag Pack. Would you like me to find more information about Ford muscle cars from the 1970s?